Welcome back to Money Talk. And today my guest is Harry-Abrahamsen. And the topic, what's in a name? Harry has a very interesting story. He's a financial advisor out of New Jersey. And he has been working for, I guess, I don't know, 19, 20 years? What is it, Harry? How long have you been doing this?
Doing it about 18 years, Jess.
All right, 18 years. And there's an interesting turn of events. So it's going to get juicy in just a minute. And Harry, tell me why you decided to become a financial advisor.
You know, Jess, back when 9/11 happened, it was a big event for the country and for myself as a father of four.
Sure.
I sat back at my desk and this happened, and I asked myself the question, do I have my house in order? If something happened to me, I'm in New York City a lot myself.
Mhm.
And, I really took an evaluation and realized, let me take a look at what I'm doing, how I'm set up the right way. And then I kind of said to myself, maybe this might be something I want to get into. I felt passionate about it. And then probably around 2004 in January, we were dipping our toe into it. I formed and founded Abrahamsen Financial Group.
Great. And you're a guy who's been written up in Forbes, on Wall Street. You won the New York Enterprise Report Small Business Award, as well as a number of other awards for financial service folks. And you were thrown a curveball about 10 years into it. I guess things were going just fine, but this curveball came from somewhere else and had nothing to do with you. Tell our listeners about it.
Yeah, well, we were building and we had some traction. We had some early positive feedback in the media, which was exciting. And, it was great. People would come in, they would meet with us. We were growing as a company, as a firm. Right around, 10 years in or so, we realized that one of my family members, my father, got himself into some trouble, with UBS. And the
So
unfortunate
some
part about this,
a financial problem, which we'll go into what it was. But out of all the legal problems that he could have had happen, um, it was financial problems. So tell us more.
yeah. So the hard part about it is our names is exactly the same, Harry Abrahamsen. So he, at the time, what happened to him was he was a client of UBS and he failed to disclose foreign bank accounts, and that was something that we weren't really expected, especially when people started to actually Google my name, they started to say, oh wow, that's Harry Abrahamsen, my advisor, or the person we're going to be sitting down with, when it has absolutely nothing to do with us at all.
Right. So yeah, just to connect some dots for our listeners here. Your dad, I think he was 69 at the time. Um, I think you were 45 at the time, so in person, you couldn't be mistaken for him. Also, did you tell me prior that you were estranged from your dad, so you weren't really even, in each other's lives at this time?
That's correct. Yeah, we were estranged, as a family. So when this actually really happened, we were kind of, hearing it in real time like everybody else. Some clients, I think, one of my clients actually called me up and surprised me, and I was completely surprised.
Right. And so I'm staring at a link that pops up in Google from the Justice Department, and it's from way back in 2011, but it says New Jersey UBS client. So obviously the big firm UBS, and he was a client. He didn't work there. He was a client, and that's what I was clarifying before we did this interview. Sentenced for failing to report more than $1 million in Swiss bank account. So it sounds like, and this is why we wanted to do this chat with you. So he puts some money in a Swiss bank account. People do that because they're trying to not pay taxes and hide it from the government. At the time, some of these big companies were giving up the names of people who did that, and he was a part of that. And this whole story happens. So he gets in trouble, and he gets sentenced. I think it was it home arrest? What was is that what he
I
had
think it was
gotten?
something with the like home probation that he got for
Okay.
himself.
Home probation. So let's flash forward for a moment. I mean, unless there's a major piece that I shouldn't be skipping over. You're still busy trying to run your financial service business. People do a Google search. This is the problem I want to know how you dealt with. People do a search for Harry Abrahamsen. His stuff comes up. I'm sure it mixed in with some of yours, and it says, some guy sentenced for failing to report, bank account. And how did that impact your business?
Well, it was it really impacted it initially right away. I mean, people would Google, and instead of reading all the good stuff or the articles that we were written up about and the awards, they were reading this information. So at first, we really didn't realize what was actually happening. People may kind of talk to us or come in, they would kind of disappear. It was over time that we started to realize, wow, we need to really address this. I think even when that happened initially, the words SEO weren't as popular as it is today.
Right,
And
search
so we
engine
really,
optimization.
yeah. So we really started to try to, and we're in the financial service space. So we try to really understand, okay, how do we properly deal with something like this? Because it's really two different people, two different identities. One had nothing to do with another in the same state, and then the actual industry that we're in. So,
Yeah.
it was definitely very challenging at first.
Well, so how did your business just not shut down? Um, I would just expect that would be devastating enough. How are you able to keep the lights on and stay in business?
Well, we stuck by our clients. We had a loyal base of people that we were dealing with for years.
Yeah.
Just like, they themselves going through tough times and challenges, they realized that, this was something that was unfortunate, that, I was dealing with, trying to figure out how to deal with it. And we really just did the right thing by our clients, really focused in on the work that we do and helping them, focus on the things that they should be doing in terms of, their overall planning themselves, and trying to figure out a way to promote what we are doing and get some positive, good information out there, the same as we would do when somebody comes in and we meet with them face to face in our office.
Right. So is it basically you just decide I'm going to do right by the people that I'm working with, and you just had no choice. You got to rise above it. This is something that had nothing to do with you.
Yeah, it's very interesting to when I even look back on it, and even today, it really makes you dig in to look at like who you are as a person. What are you passionate about? Why do you do the things that you do for a living? Why do you do these
Yeah.
things? And we love working with our clients. We love, our firm has been growing. We had a fantastic year last year. And so, yeah, we were able to just, rise above it and, deal with this head on.
Right. Did anybody suggest to you, instead of Harry Abrahamsen, maybe you change your name to Abraham Harrison or something, or they
It's funny.
oh, Phil
It's
Smith? I don't know.
that's a really, it's really interesting because people did say that recommendation. And, really when you've been in the business for as long as I've been in the business, your existing client base will kind of look at you and say, what are you doing? And
Right.
then the real truth is that, doing something like that, you really can't, because we are licensed and you can't misrepresent who you are. So,
Right.
I am Harry Abrahamsen. I am licensed as Harry Abrahamsen, and any other way of really promoting or, promoting who you are, you really can't do. So it's something that
Right.
wasn't really a viable option.
Well, I guess things worked out because I'm staring here at your bio, and it looks like 2019 was a huge year for you, and I guess it'll continue to get better. It says here you won an agency growth award, a bronze Gamma International Award. That's a prestigious leadership award. You were top table qualifier, Million Dollar Roundtable, which is a premier association of financial professionals, and kind of a big deal to get those. And I know that you've been interviewed in the media even more lately. And I guess you lead with expertise and supporting people. Is that the moral of this story?
Absolutely. It's just about, having a passion for what you do, serving the clients that you do have, and just doing the right thing by people.
Well, Harry Abrahamsen, keep out the good work. Go out and support all of the people that you continue to support. Thanks for being here today on Money Talk.